Veronica, of course, productivity has moved with the changing times, and there's a need to understand how it has evolved over the years. Rules that applied years ago in being productive may no longer be relevant at this time, especially with the current pandemic ushering in a new normal. So how can you be productive in these difficult times? Our president, the Institute of Productivity and Business Innovation Management, Remi Dairo, is in the studio to answer these questions. Thank you very much, Remi Dairo, for joining us at this point. All right, looking at all of this, now I belong to a generation where things are fast-paced, easily done, and you don't have to go to a particular location to get job done. But some people belong to the old generation where you have to get to a location where things are done, and it takes a longer time to achieve a definite result. Looking at those two, if you put both of them together in one particular place to work, they might not marry themselves. So how do we enhance productivity with the two mindsets?
I need to help to understand that there are old syllables of productivity. So some of these old syllables, some people are still operating in it. Therefore, productivity is slow. The result they are getting is also very slow. So when we talk about productivity, it's about results, about measurement, and it's about tools of getting those things. So in the past, there have been this mindset that productivity is about setting goals. So people set goals, and no results gotten. And because of that setting goal mindset, they don't understand that there's a goal, achieving part of the scale.
Mindset so being the New Year resolutions example that we have.
So every year they set goals, they have resolution, and then at the end of the year, nothing. So we have to move from that goal setting to goal getting. So there are skills for goal getting. So that is the new productivity. So the new productivity now is not just setting goals; it is achieving or actualizing your goals.
What are the skills for goal setting, for goal getting?
Goal getting, I put in my new ebook now on the 21 lies of productivity. One of the skills is to clearly understand what I want to do. What? Okay. The next one is who is doing this or who is already on this path. Number 3, what knowledge or skill do I need to learn that will enhance me to move closer to my goals? Okay, what platform, what group, what association do I need to join? I mean, so many. I mean, they can always get that on my. In my new book. So the next one is called time management. Okay. So we've been lied to that everything is manage your time management, and then people get to work and they say, oh wow, time has gone. I can't even get anything done, and because they have been boxed in that time management scope, they get frustrated and results is very little. Now, the new productivity is life management. Managing your life entirely. So if you can manage your life well, time makes sense to you. When I say life, emotional life is there, family life, work life, spiritual life, all sorts. So if you're able to manage that kind of life, time to you becomes, productive. But why? Because when you're coming from home, you have issue with your wife and children, you have issue with your girlfriend, and you're at work. And they say, manage your time. What time am I managing? Emotionally, I'm down. So if you cannot manage your emotion, manage your mind, manage, all that relates to you, time becomes just like a wall clock.
When people talk about management of time, what comes to mind a lot of times, and what has come to a lot of people's mindsets is that in a city like Lagos, how do you manage your time when you're always in one traffic or the other, and by the time you get to your place of work, time is gone. You're exhausted.
So people who don't know how to manage stress cannot manage time.
Oh, okay.
People who don't know how to manage scenarios change, because Nigeria scenarios change per time, and then you are just coming. Somebody bashed your car, or somebody just did something along the way. You got to work late, and then you are at work. Say manage your time. What time can you manage? So there are a lot of skills you need to have before time will be valuable to you. And one of them is life or self-management. Another one is hard work. We have been used to this hard work. And sometimes our culture have said that, until you sweat, you cannot, taste sweet. So they think sweetness and sweetness goes together. It's an old way of productivity. And sometimes our culture, you have to pound the yam. In fact, some will say the pounded yam is the sweetest than the fastest one. Today's productivity is smart work.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You don't have to do pound. I mean, I don't want to mention brands here that are pando yams that you eat is exactly like the one party. But some say no, I still want the old one. And then you see people sweating. You see wife, at home becoming like their palms become hard. Why? Because they are trying to prepare food for their husband. So the old productivity is the hard work. The new productivity is smart work. Another one quickly is speed of delivery. Oh, get it done. Oh, I got it done quickly. If you have speed of delivery and it's not accurate, productivity is not done. So accuracy is a new productivity. So I mean, all this you can get in my new ebook I call The 21 Lies of Productivity.
In all of this now, the COVID-19 pandemic has come and it has given us a new way of doing things. Now people don't have to meet physically to have meetings. They can have meetings online and all of that. Now, in the midst of all of this now, how do we ensure as individuals we keep up to the times? Good.
So with post-COVID now, or even during the COVID time, the new rule of work has come. That is, you don't need to physically appear at work to work anymore. And I've been saying this a long time. All this click in, click out does not mean people are at work. So the old productivity is who is at work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so these people are at work.
And they justify their pay.
And then they will get their pay. No, the new productivity is not the people that are at work. It's the people that are really working. So you can work in any part of the world with your system, your gadget, even with your smartphone and internet. You can work anywhere in the world. What is important now is to set goals per week, review midweek, evaluate on Friday.
Set goals per week, review at midweek, and evaluate by Friday.
So you can be anywhere. You can be in your kitchen. You can be in your house. All we are saying here is what is to be done this week. How far on Wednesday? On Friday, where are we? And then we can now begin to pay per week or pay per day. You see that productivity will change.
Well, is that possible, paying per day?
It's possible. It's a policy of the government. There's a law of the land. So I think the National Assembly needs to look into this. Now, if you pay per day, you will see a level of productivity in this nation. But because our culture say, okay, you do what you don't do. By the end of the month, I get my cash. I get my pay.
All right.
So if by the end of the day productivity is not done, you don't get your pay. You definitely know how to be more productive.
All right, thank you very much, Remi Dairo, for talking to us on this.
We'll be looking at productivity and how it has moved with the changing times. And there is the need to understand how it has evolved over the years. Rules that applied years ago in being productive may no longer be relevant at this time, especially with the current pandemic ushering in a new normal. So how can you be productive in these difficult times? President of the Institute of Productivity and Business Innovation Management, Remi Dairo, is in the studio to answer this question. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Yes,
productivity is changing over time. I want you need to break that down to us, because you see a lot of people saying that they put in too much effort when it comes to work. Is it to wake up early, to hit the traffic, hit the road, to beat the time? And then at the end of the day, they don't see, the result and are not feeling fulfilled. Is it because of the changing times and the changing productivity? What are we not getting right?
All right. So most of the time, people don't understand that their understanding or definition of productivity affects their results.
Right.
So if they operate in the old understanding, in the old syllabus of productivity, the result they get will be old and small and will not be enough for...
So what brought about this change that we're even talking about in the first place? Is it the pandemic, or it had changed before the pandemic?
A lot of things have changed even before the pandemic, towards the pandemic time, and then during and after, there is a new productivity order now. So one of them is people think that, okay, I have education, I have masters, or I have 2 masters, or even I have PhD. So I've gone through education and then I'm at work. Then I'm expected.
It should count.
It should count. Now, many times it doesn't count because the attitude to work is what gives that result enhancement. So sometimes I'm a PhD holder, then there's work to be done. And the attitude of I am better than you, the attitude that I have this, I have that, I am the one that has it all here, it reflects in the way you do your work.
So what you're saying now is the new order, attitude is key.
Key, yeah, key. So you see people have so many certificates in town now, but the work is not done. So many people have certificates in town, and by the time they start to work, or probably by the time they got the first job, oh, they're excited. By the time they get into the job, work is not done. Why? Attitude to work. So the attitude to work, attitude to life, attitude to, I mean, those are the things that I wrote in my new book, 21 Lies of Productivity, which says that education is not the only thing that brings about productivity.
But it's important.
It's important, yes.
Make that
I'm educated.
Right.
I'm educated, you know. So, but it's important. But many people don't know that the factor of attitude has a lot of influence. You know,
it can change the dynamics of anything.
Yes, and somebody who have the first degree or have a school cert, who is ready to learn, who is ready to take order, who is ready to put in effort, you will see the result. And that's why you see artisans, you see people that are not educated, you see much more result that they produce compared to somebody who said, I have the certificate, but I'm at home, I'm expecting to get it.
Is it possible to say you want to measure attitude to something, or is it a situation of you sitting back to reflect, what am I not doing right? What do I need to change?
That's attitude. So anytime you're asking that question, you have the attitude of saying, oh, I want something better. What am I not doing right? But somebody will say, I'm right. I have the certificate. I am good for this job. I'm better than everybody here. That's whole productivity. Because today, CEOs sack people who have certificates who do not have anything to contribute positively to organization, compared to somebody who say, I'm ready to learn. All right.
Beyond attitude now, what else in this new era of productivity?
Another thing is, in this new era, physical appearance at work does not mean productivity anymore. So people, before, it's okay, this old order of clicking in, click out, oh, I'm in, I'm at work. You can be at work and you are not working. People can sit down with the system, and what they are doing is they are chatting, or they are checking their Facebook, status and all that, and they are doing social media, and work is not done. So physical appearance at work is the old order. The new order is work be done.
But then where there is no physical appearance, you can be laid back.
No.
There are chances of being laid back.
Depending on the kind of work that you do. There are some work you can do from home. It is discipline and knowing the right skill, right tools that make you to get that
discipline
done.
Is key then.
Discipline is key. So those are the attitudes. Those are the things that are not education. Discipline is not education. They don't teach you discipline in school.
Absolutely.
So you can even be at work and you're not disciplined and you're doing your work. You can even be at work and you're just jumping, just hop over the place. So it is not appearance at work that brings about productivity. In the new order, it is work being done. It is doing the work.
Stemming from discipline. So what else do we need to know?
So another thing is hard work. Is the old order of productivity. Oh, hard work. And then our parents have even imparted that on us. Oh, you need to be hard work. You have to sweat. Do you think it's easy to get money? You have to really sweat. There are people getting money who are not sweating. And it is not 419. It is not yahoo.
It is smart work.
It is smart work. So there are things you need to do, knowing what to do, how to do it, right tools. You will get faster, better result without sweating than somebody who is sweating and trying to make things happen. So that's the old order and the new order. Another order is, office promotion. I'm working to get promotion. I'm working so I can get...
But shouldn't we look forward to being promoted?
So if you work from that perspective, you are only working because of somebody that will promote you is around. Then you work... Your work becomes eye service.
Right. That's
because it is coming from promotional work. But if it is I that I'm serving, it is I, not
okay, not eye service, but eye service.
If my boss is not here, I am serving. Your promotion comes natural. People can spot you. I know one guy who is working down there. I know somebody in that office because it is it is a personal
decision. So all of this is in your book?
Yes. It's called The 21 Lies of Productivity.
Interesting.
Unveiling the new truth of performance.
In attitude, key, eye service, not eye service, like yours. And these are very key things that I guess our viewers have learned this morning. Thank you so much, Remi Dairo, for your time on The Breakfast Show.